useless!
What's going on YouTube? You're chilling with Zabza, and I've got the final battle with my very first OU team. After this battle, it is going to be retired, and I'm almost positive I don't have any more battles recorded of it to upload, so this should be the last you see of this team. Now, looking at my opponent's team, threats, I'm going to have to say Lucario, definitely, mainly because Lucario is a known setup sweeper. Vaporeon, which is going to be hard as all hell to kill, considering I don't run Toxic on my team. Nidoking because Sheer Force Life Orb hurts a lot, and Salamence because, well, it's a Salamence, do I really need to say anything more? But enough with that, let's get to it! So this battle is against Julian, I think that's his in-game name, and I'm pretty sure we had this battle on a stream of mine. I'm going to start off with my Talonflame as he starts off with a Vaporeon. I'm going to go straight off with the U-turn, get off a little bit of damage, and based off that damage, I can't really tell if it's physical or special. I mean, I haven't U-turned enough Vaporeons to actually know. And he's going to go for the Toxic. So, Toxicroak, very funny. Greninja, they're both frogs, gets Toxic, unfortunately. But I don't really mind too much, except he's going to go for Protect Stall. Now, I'm going to tell you flat out right now, I don't like this strategy. That doesn't mean I don't like him, I don't like this strategy. It's perfectly viable, I don't criticize people for using it, it's just not fun to play against. Anywho, I'm going to switch out into my Thumbelina, my Florges, as he goes for a Wish to try and stall me, I guess, predicting me to go for the Grass Knot. And he's going to try and stall out my Greninja, which, nah, that's not happening. I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm going to go for the Moonblast as he switches out into his L-Ray and gets off a Wish Pass. Wish Pass. Man, I can't talk today. Freaking slurring everywhere. And I'm going to go into my Falchion, predicting a Sludge Wave. However, he goes for the Earth Power, predicting that, and knocks out my Aegislash, which means I have lost one of the best Pokemon on my team. Oh boy. So I send out my Greninja to try and clean up. I go for the Ice Beam, in case he wanted to switch into this Salamence, and thank goodness I did, because that Hydro Pump would not have done much. And if that was Scarf Salamence, he would have outsped me the next turn and knocked me out. I'm guessing he thought it was good fodder, since I actually had Thumbelina. And if he locked himself into maybe Outrage, he would not have been able to knock out my entire team. I could have just come in with Thumbelina and stopped him there. Anywho, speaking of which, I switch out into Thumbelina as he goes into his Vaporeon, and he's going to try and Toxic Stall my Florges, but I do have the Lumberry. He doesn't have anything on his team with Sleep, I don't think. So I don't really see me needing it. And I go ahead and Wish Pass out into my Tyrantrum. I'm guessing he thought I was Scarfed or something because he brings in his Lucario and immediately switches out. But I'm not Scarfed, I'm defensive, so I guess that was maybe a good bluff. I don't know. So he brings out his Chestnut as I go into my Gyarados, and these aren't good matchups, especially not for me. So I'm going to pull back, go into my Mr. Right as he goes for Leech Seed on my Talonflame, and that's not good. I need to switch out. But I can't miss the opportunity. I want to get off some damage, so I'm going to go for the U-turn. And I get a crit on the Vaporeon, which is, it's okay. It still does just a little bit over. It does a little bit over U-turn, what can I say? And my Thumbelina, I think, is a pretty decent check to his Vaporeon, but I'm not 100% sure. Because he can Scald all he wants, but it's not going to do that much damage to me. And my Moonblast, I actually never... The way he played it, I never got off a successful one to actually tell if it would have mattered. So I go for the Aromatherapy as he tries to Toxic Stall me, not going to work. And I would have enjoyed getting a Scald here, because yes, it would be residual, but it wouldn't be piling up. And it'd be manageable. But I'm going to switch into my Feldurgan as I get off a Wish Pass. He goes for Scald and gets a crit, which is going to use up my berry, unfortunately. I'm saying unfortunately a lot, but that really is a circumstance of luck where it was not fortunate for it to happen. So he goes for Toxic as I decide I want to get up my rocks, which are pretty much, I think that limiting his switching is going to really help here. So that's pretty much the only reason why I brought in my Feldurgan. So now I'm going to switch out, go into my Thumbelina, my Florges, thinking that this is a decent check to it. And he goes for Scald. Again, doing nothing, doesn't get the burn. So far, we're pretty good on hacks. Nothing big's happening. And he goes into his L-Ray as I finally go for another Moonblast, and it's going to do nothing to this thing. It's not going to do anything. So now I'm going to protect to try and scout out what he's going to go for. He goes for Sludge Bomb, and goes for another Sludge Bomb. I thought that he might try and go for an Earth Power, predicting me to switch into something. So now I'm going to go for the Wish, try and pass into my Feldurgan, as he goes for the Earth Power, predicting that, since my Feldurgan would have resisted the Sludge Bomb. So down goes the Feldurgan, and I'm back into Mr. Right, because I want this thing on. I'm just going to go for Brave Bird, knock him out, and goodbye Nidoking. Just go away. You've been a pain in my side the entire match. Go away. So now he's going to go into his Vaporeon, and you know what? I decide I want damage. I want damage, I want damage, I want damage. I go for the Brave Bird. I see how much it does to Vaporeon, and, you know, that might be physically defensive. I'm not 100% sure. And he knocks me out with a Scald. I was honestly expecting the Recoil to knock me out, so the fact that he had to go for Scald, whatever. It just didn't matter. So now I go into my Greninja, as I want to get off a Grass Knot, because I think at that range I'm going to be able to knock him out. But he goes for the Protect to get off some more Leftovers recovery, which you're going to see a lot. I mean, you've already seen it quite a bit in this battle, but you're going to see it a lot more. And based off that Leftovers recovery, he actually survives, thanks to that Leftovers recovery. And he manages to go for Scald and burn me, and I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing this, I'm switching out. So he goes into his Hell Shadow, his Houndoom? Yeah, Houndoom. I don't know why I couldn't remember the name there. And this is the only thing on his team that could be a Mega. So I'm going to pull back, go into my substitute, my Gyarados, because I don't know what he's going to do, and I can resist the Fire-type move. He goes for Sunny Day, and I think, oh yeah, he's definitely Solar Power set. So I decide not to Mega Evolve, because I figure that if he does go for Solar Beam, at least it's neutral, and I should be able to take it with my decent Special Bulk. Because Gyarados has some pretty decent Special Defense. Just base Special Defense, it's pretty good. So I managed to knock him out with an Earthquake, and now he's going to go into his Amelia, his Chestnut, and here I thought that I was going to be okay just switching out and going back to my Thumbelina, but he goes for Leech Seed, and it's going to knock out my Thumbelina. I mean, there's nothing I could do about it. Even if there's no way I can get off a Wish in time to try and improve my HP. I mean, maybe if I decided to switch out on his Vaporeon or something, but that just wouldn't have worked. I just to get off a Moonblast, I decide to go for Moonblast to get off some more damage, as he goes for Seed Bomb to knock me out. I go into my substitute to get off the Intimidate, since I got off the Intimidate. As I go for a Dragon Dance, he goes for Leech Seed, and I'm not that worried, considering I can go for at that range of HP, I'm almost positive after 2 Dragon Dances, I can knock him out with an Earthquake. And why you ask if I say 2? It's because I was positive he was going to Spiky Shield this turn, predicting me to go for a Waterfall or something. So I go for another Dragon Dance. However, he does a decent play here, brings in Vaporeon, and he's going to Protect Stall. And there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, there's absolutely nothing I can do about that, except just accept that he's going to Protect Stall me and let my Gyarados get knocked out. Because I could save it. I could, but I don't know if it would be worth it at this point in the game, considering anything that he could knock out by himself pretty much outspeeds him, including that Lucario. So now I'm going to go into my Greninja, which is my last Pokemon. I'm burned, which means I'm only going to get 2 turns. And he's going to decide to save his Vaporeon and go into his Chestnut. I go for the Grass Knot. It's going to do nothing, not even knock him out. However, I'm going to get hurt by the Rocky Helmet and the burn, freaking Grass Knot being a contact move, and end the battle. So let's just get to the talk of the day. Today's talk of the day, I want to ask you guys a favor. I was wondering if maybe some of you, if you follow my LP channel, want to head over to my South Park Stick of Truth LP and take part in a little vote I'm doing. Right now there's a split in the story, which I'm not sure if it matters or not, but it's going to give me the option to do one or the other. So I've just left it up to you guys, the subscribers, to let me know which route I should take. And really, since my LP channel isn't quite as popular as my Pokemon channel, I'm just looking for a few votes here, so it's pretty much first come, first serve. But that's enough of that. I hope you guys all enjoyed that video. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. My channel would not be possible without you. And I will see you next time. Please be sure to visit the artists that make these videos possible. Also, if you need help recording X and Y battles, be sure to message me on Twitter or add me on Skype and we can set something up. Finally, I hope you all enjoyed that video, and if you did, If you'd like to check out more of my content in the annotations or the links in the description below. If you guys want me to join Kaio's kingdom, leave that in the comments below. Or if you want me to stick with Cartman's kingdom, again, leave it in the comments below. And, you know, just majority rules. Whoever we end up getting the Goth Kids for is the kingdom we end up fighting for. And yada yada yada.